All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome if you are new here. Thank you guys so much for joining me today and waiting patiently, as always, for the intro to finish up. I hope everybody's doing well today. It's Wednesday, April 8th. Can't believe we're already this far into the year. Where does the time go? Ghetto God, Schmidt, Lady Gamer, Ray, Petrov, Metal Gear, Justin, Ice Cream, Young West, Sonny, what is going on, guys? Yeah, so we have seemingly we have a state of play coming up very soon. And we have a reliable insider giving us some info on what we can expect. Not well, to be honest, he didn't give much information, but he gave us just enough. Just enough. We're gonna be talking about that. We're going to be talking about getting some Wolverine gameplay very soon. We're going to be talking about Cyberpunk 2077 being PS5 Pro enhanced, finally. It's been a long time coming. Big Birds, what's up, man? What's up, Big M? You just got the disc drive for the PS5 Pro today. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate, that the PS5 Pro doesn't come with a disc drive, but I mean, at the rate things are going, I guess I'll just be thankful that we can still have the option, that I can still support physical games and physical media. Because, they could have very well just been like, nah, man, digital only, no choice, but that's good, man. Lonely Fades, what's up, man? You're saying, when do you think we're going to see the Wolverine state of play? I think it's going to be in the next 3 weeks. Yeah. I think it's going to be before the end of April. That's what I'm thinking. Getting into the new PS5 Pro Cyberpunk update. Yeah, how is it, man? I watched Digital Foundry's on it, video that they put out on it, and I mean, dude, it seems like they kind of went all out for it, And it's cool to see them do that because we were like, when the PS5 Pro first came out, I remember a game that was definitely missing that people were like, come on, CD Projekt Red, it was Cyberpunk. They're like, what do you mean you're not supporting the PS5 Pro? So to see them actually finally do it is awesome. All right. Shadowlink, what's up, man? You're saying, hey, man, how's it going? How's Mrs. MBG? How's the rest of the family today? We're doing all right. Kids are on their spring break, so they're chilling out. Mrs. MBG trying to keep up with everything. We're doing good. We're doing good. I'm just very, very mentally disturbed as usual. It's how it usually goes. I'm just kidding. I'm half kidding. No, it's okay. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. What did disturb me though? What did disturb me is I tried to play more marathon, and dude, listen, man, I'm gonna do some solo runs. All right. I encounter other people, and I'm like, I just got my knife out, and I'm crouching up and down. I'm sending the signal like, don't hurt me. I'm solo. Like, I'm not doing nothing. Nope. They didn't spare me. They didn't spare me at all. So I don't know. I've been trying to continue to play marathon, but God, it's frustrating me so bad, man. I'm level 28. I gotta get to level 100. I have 23 hours put in this game. I gotta get to level 100. It's gonna be crazy. But yeah. How are you guys liking Starfield? Getting back into it's pretty good. Yeah. Anybody playing Starfield? How's it going for you? How is it on PS5? Was it worth the wait? You feeling good about it? I will let you know. I will let you know, Shadowlink, because I see Michael talking about it. I bought the drums. I think they're going to take like a week to get here. I think some stuff's going to be coming sooner, but I took my time to make sure all the bases were covered. Got everything I would need. The only thing I didn't have to buy, because I already have it, is a drum chair. I already have one of those. So, when I don't know the exact date, but in the next like week and a half, somewhere around there, I might be doing a different stream. Maybe I'll do like a members drop, so we can like kind of hang out, publicly with the chat for a little while. But then I think we'll do like a members stream and I don't know how it'll go, but I'll try to put everything together. Um I mean, that might be a huge mistake. I don't know, dude. When I was when I got my original first drum set that my dad got me, I don't remember putting that together myself. So, first time for everything, I suppose. It's been a long time coming. But yeah, just be on the lookout for that in like the next week and a half or so. Um, you'll know we're doing that because we'll be doing like a member drop beforehand. Very excited. Very, very excited. It's been a long time. We have Nas Kid A with a $5 chat saying if GTA 6 were to be delayed again, would Rockstar have announced it by now? I'm a bit nervous because my time off of work was approved for the GTA release. I mean, I don't want to worry you too much, Nas, but like the truth is they can announce a delay at any time. The truth is they could announce a 1 month delay 2 weeks before the game's set to come out if they wanted to. So I would say like just keep in mind that we're not out of the woods until we're like 3 days away from launch. Maybe like 4 to 5 days. Maybe like 1 week. I think if you're 1 week away from launch, the chances of it getting delayed pretty much zero at that point. But prior to that, anything can happen. But I will say this. Summer's approaching, and they did confirm Take Two that they're planning on marketing GTA in the summer. So if it's going to get delayed, we will hear about that soon. Because they're not going to kick off marketing for a game that's going to get delayed. They especially with how much the marketing is going to cost for GTA, absolutely not. But I think you'll be good. I think you'll be good. Ray, you're excited. Shadowlink's excited. Yeah, I'm excited too, man. Now, obviously, because Ray, I think you were talking to me about this too. Like, I'm not gonna have, professional audio whenever I do get them set up. That's gonna be something that happens later down the road. Not only do I have to buy the equipment to do that, but I have to learn how to do it. So you're still gonna get. I want to think the audio will be better. I want to believe it'll sound better than what you've heard previously, because what you heard previously is like not only coming through an amplifier, but it's not even real drums. It's like an old, practically sounds like a drum machine, So should sound better, but it'll probably be later down the line till we can get to that point where like, it's sounding more professional. Because I gotta have to buy mics, gotta buy the interface, gotta buy, figure out what software to use. But we'll figure it out. Just turn the mic away from the drums so that you don't get any clipping. Yeah, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. Yeah, I'll mess with it for sure. I'll mess with it before I like go live and stuff. Well, actually, no. We'll probably figure it out live. If I am planning on doing like a member stream where I put it together, obviously I'll play a little bit and we'll see how it sounds. Whiskey, what's going on, man? MBG, day 9 of Project X. I failed. Went and traded it in the morning for Ghost of Yote PS5. Wait, what did you trade in, Nicodemus? Oh yeah, we do have something else we're going to talk about. I want to be sure to bring this up for you guys because this was making the rounds yesterday. Where is it here? Yeah, they're oh man, misinformation once again. Complete misinformation. Sony may be preparing a major PlayStation Store overhaul. Job listing hints. Nope. Nope. There's a job listing, but no, there's confusion. People are trying to cause confusion again. There anything to make it seem like Sony's going back to PC or like, we're getting ready to release an app on PC. Why are people setting themselves up like that? We'll talk about that. issue some corrections. Yeah, so Unico, yeah, there's definitely something going on, but I don't think people seem to be very confused, mainly because there's strange reporting happening with it as to, like, what exactly this job listing is indicating, like what it's insinuating, or flat out saying that Sony's going to do in the future. How big is the set? 22-inch kick. Wanted to make sure to go with 22 inches. I was thinking about going smaller, like 20 inches, but I don't know. You know, I play rock. You know, I play rock and like metal, so I don't think a 20-inch would suffice. I think I got a 10-inch, 12-inch rack toms, and I think a 16-inch floor tom. So it's a pretty. It's like a, you know, I didn't get like a super high end set. I got a Yamaha. I think Yamaha's a good brand. Yeah, they're pretty high quality. I think it's a Yamaha riding. So it's definitely like an entry, um, acoustic kit. Because there were kits that were like $900. And keep in mind, we're just talking about the drums themselves, not the cymbals, not the stands, not the drum heads, just the actual shells. There were kits, 5-piece kits that were like $1,000 or more, and I'm like, I don't know that I have enough to put into that right now, and because it's been so long since I've drummed on an actual real kit, I'll start. To me, it just felt right to start there, I don't want to be buying like a massive monster kit, and I mean, I could play it, but it's just like, it just doesn't feel quite right, And I wanted to make sure to keep it within budget, because I knew I had to buy the cymbals separately. I had to buy I had to buy everything else separately, and it adds up. Stuff, I mean, playing. That's one of the reasons I haven't played acoustic drums, is because it's expensive, But we should be good to go. I did get drum heads with it. I got Evans as well, so. You sold your Steam Deck to get your OLED monitor? Oh, Nicodemus, you were saying you sold your Xbox Series X. Oh, dude, that's what you meant by Project X. So you sold. So you're saying you sold your Series X to just. Hold on, let me make sure I'm reading this correctly. You sold your Series X to get Ghost of Yotei for PS5. Oh, right, you have a set with an 18-inch base. Yeah, how's that sound? Probably like really punchy, right? Dude, trading in a Series X for Yotei, good job. Oh, the Yotei, yeah. Are you saying like the Yotei edition of the PS5 or PS5 Pro, or did you literally? Okay, I was gonna say, like, bro, trading in a Series X just to buy a copy of Yotei is crazy. That's crazy work. Well, that's awesome. I'm happy to hear that, Nicodemus. I hope you enjoy it, man. Ghost of Yotei is a great game. If you enjoyed Tsushima, you should definitely enjoy Yotei. Yeah, don't get too excited about the color, Ray. It's pretty it's nothing I feel like I want to tell. I feel bad because you want the color to be a surprise. I just want to tell you because it's going to be very underwhelming, but it's as basic as it gets color wise. But I'm cool with that. I purposely chose to go with that. I want it to be somewhat low profile. You played the drums once in a member stream, right? I mean, there were a couple times I like played off camera my old electric kit. You could hear it through the amp. But yeah. But Yotei flopped. Yotei flopped, man. What happened? What happened? It's crazy. People really did think that Ghost of Yotei was going to flop. I mean, they really thought it was going to be a colossal failure. And the craziest thing about Ghost of Yotei when we got the sales update was Sony was like, it's actually selling faster than Tsushima. And what makes that so crazy is the fact that Tsushima, when that launched in 2020, it launched to over like 100 million. I think like 105 million PS4s or something like that. And so when Yote came out, there was like 84, 85 million. So I had a lesser install base, but it was selling better. I'm curious to see if Ghost of Yote outsells Tsushima lifetime. That's what I want to know. Because Tsushima went on to sell like 13 million copies, dude, which is crazy. Yeah, my drums are going to have the PlayStation logo all over it. No. Could you imagine? That'd be so cringe. I don't know, maybe it'd be kind of cool in some sense, but got custom made drums. Got my Sony drums. Sold my PS5 Pro and my Xbox Series S for my PS5 Pro 6 months ago. Best decision ever. That's not bad, dude. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, especially the idea of trading in the PS4 Pro to get to the 5. Get some stickers. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to ruin this very expensive purchase. Don't get it twisted. MBG has drumming chops for sure. Oh, thank you, Ray. I appreciate that. Yeah. That's why I'm so excited to can't stop thinking about it. I'm really excited to actually play a real kit, because if there's one thing I can tell you is that playing on an electric kit for so long, it's altered my playing for the worse, in the sense that like you're just so much more limited. At least the kit that I was playing on, it's very small, and you have to be way more precise where you hit, because the toms are the toms are like 7 or 8 inches. So you got to be like, it helped with my precision for sure. It definitely made me more precise, but that combined with my fear of hitting it too hard because they're like mesh pads, I can't wait to get back to the feel of like actually being able to just, all right, now you're going to hit. Now you're going to play. In case you can't tell, I'm very excited. All right. Let's get into these topics, though. I'll have to try to save the drum talk for later or another time. I'm gonna when I turn into a drumming channel and I abandon talking about video games, you can blame Shadowlink. All right, everybody knows who to blame. I'm kidding. All right, so let's talk about the state of play. Before we do, though, guys, make sure you hit that like button. If you enjoy the streams, if you enjoy Press X Podcast, take a moment, hit that like button. If you want to support the channel directly, consider becoming a member. Consider gifting memberships. We hit 25, we'll feed the beast. Consider dropping a super chat or a direct donation. These are all ways in which we're able to do what we do here. I'm going to be specifically paying attention to see if we get any direct donations. I'm going to be looking out for that. I don't want to tell anybody what to do. I'm not telling you to do a direct donation, but I got to see if it actually goes through, because I got a weird notification on my Streamlabs, something to do with PayPal Lite. I don't use PayPal. I don't know what's going on with PayPal Lite. So I'll just have to see at some point if we get a direct donation, if it actually goes through or not. But yeah, we need to talk about the state of play, guys. We have reliable insider Nate the Hate. So Nate the Hate, around this time every year, I think it's every year. I'm not sure if it's every year. I remember last year, maybe the year before. He basically puts together a video for each platform holder. He does one for Nintendo, he does one for Microsoft, and he does one for Sony. And in this video, he basically reveals all the insider information he has for each platform. And so he did his one for Nintendo, where he revealed a lot of stuff. And so next up is Xbox. Somebody says to him on Twitter, Nate the Hate, are you planning on an Xbox leak / rumor show this week? And he says he's planning an Xbox show this week. But then he says, guest was not feeling well. We will record it in the near future. So he's going to have a guest. But then somebody says, do you have any plans to make a PlayStation one? in the future. And here's where I think he basically kind of revealed, well, I'm not going to say he revealed it, but to me, he seems to have heavily insinuated we're getting a Wolverine state of play, maybe a Sorrow state of play. He says it will be considered after the next state of play. And then somebody says June, question mark. He responds by saying the state of play should be well before June based on what I've heard, but I haven't confirmed the date yet. Now, what's interesting to me about this is like the context of it, right? It's strange. Nate the Hate said he's going to do a PlayStation episode after the state of play, not before. Exactly. See, you picked up on that too, right? Where it's like, yeah, I'm going to do a show about PlayStation leaks and rumors. I'm going to spill all the information I have, right? But I'm going to do it after the state of play. That doesn't make any sense. That only makes sense under one condition, and that is that actually the next state of play, the reason why it's happening so much sooner than June is because it's going to be for a dedicated game, or it's going to be a state of play dedicated to a single game. And then he'll do the show, right? Where he'll reveal a bunch of information about Sony Studios and their games and whatnot that will likely show up at the proper traditional summer state of play that Sony likes to do. So I think in a sense here, you know, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I think we may have slight confirmation that, yeah, we're getting 2 state of plays, which I don't think would shock people, you know? Yeah, how before is well before. Interesting. MBG, if you want more symbols, you can use the electric ones to make a hybrid kit. That'd be badass. Just I wouldn't know how to do that, though. I mean, I guess I would. I guess I would just have to use take the drum module with me and hook it up to an amp. Maybe I'll look into that at some point. I don't know. I was thinking about just buying more symbols at some point, you know? You overspent when Yote released, bought everything for it on the PlayStation Store and regret nothing. Great game and really enjoyed the Legends mode. That's awesome to hear. Imagine if Xbox had Saros, Wolverine, Phantom Blade, and Kana exclusive this year. You would not hear the end of it. Nah. SDO, what are you talking about? No, Sony's got no games. Come on, we know the Pony Brigade. They'll celebrate anything. They ain't got no games. They're living in Fantasyland, bro. Digital Dude says, MBG, we do not need a Sorrow state of play. We've already seen enough. Let us see it when we buy it. I do agree with that. I'll tell you what, I don't think we're getting a state of play for Saros because the preview cycle for Saros already occurred. I don't think I've ever seen Sony do a preview cycle of a game and then do a state of play. Maybe it has happened, but if it has, I don't recall it. So I think Saros is kind of good to go. You know, it is interesting to think that there's still quite a bit of time between now and its launch. I mean, it's right around the corner, but, you know, we still got like nearly 3 weeks. By the way, I did want to ask you guys, I meant to ask this a little bit ago. How do you like the lighting compared to the way it normally is? It should seem brighter. I don't know if you like this better or if you like the more kind of like darker lighting that I've been going with. Boss, can you please... Not trying to sound mean, but Xbox people are in denial, always thinking PlayStation doesn't have anything good. When the PS5 generation has bangers like Yote and Wolverine. I mean, yeah, I agree with that, Wicked. I agree with that, man. Like, I encounter that all the time. And, it, you know, it gets tiring. Where it's like, yeah, okay, Sony's got no games. Yeah, Wolverine sucks. Got it. Meanwhile, it's like these games are actually awesome. But to be fair, not everybody's like that. I just think it's some of the, you know, there's just some people where they, to be honest, I think there's just some people that want to convince themselves that things are like horrible or something over on the PlayStation side of things. And I think they do that because the only alternative is to kind of acknowledge that they're not, and that you might actually want to partake. And the truth is that can be expensive. So I can understand from that standpoint where it's like, if you convince yourself it's not good and you're not missing out on anything, you save yourself some money. I get it. I get it. You were just thinking the lighting looked good right now? You like the new, okay. Yeah, I figured you guys would. Because you guys were saying like it needs to be a little bit more lit up over here. I got a new, put a lamp next to me here, so that should be good. Make the room seem a lot brighter. I think we're getting a Wolverine State of Play, though. I think Wolverine State of Play is coming in the next few weeks. Whoa, okay. No. Nope. I gotta tell you, this new setup I got right here, boss, literally, he knows exactly how to get me to give him treats immediately. He basically knows how to destroy my setup now. Before he didn't know, now he knows. I don't know how he knows. He figured something out. So, hopefully we'll still hit the member goal. But are we having another spiritual lesson today? I don't think so. No, I'm gonna. I think we had enough of that talk yesterday. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Crazy as it sounds, I'm hyped for Lego Batman. I don't think that sounds crazy at all, dude. Lego Batman, based off of everything I've seen, actually looks like a proper Batman game. It is Lego, but it really, like, people are basically saying it's the closest thing to like an Arkham game we've gotten or have seen in like the last decade. So I'm excited for it. Oh yeah, and by the way, something that Sony did announce today, I don't know if you guys saw this or not. They're doing a limited edition gold DualSense for 007. Let me see if I can get a picture for you here. I think right here. Oh my god, why is it always too big? There you go. This is the limited edition 007 DualSense. Sony just announced this today. I'm not sure what the pricing is for it. Let me see if I can find for you guys. They say here it'll be available in limited quantities globally for 85 US dollars. They say actual retailer prices may vary. Pre-orders begin April 17th, and it will launch on May 27th alongside the game. So there you go. If you want more DualSenses, if you collect limited edition, or if you're just a big 007 fan, interesting to see a third-party game getting the full treatment here with limited edition DualSense. Michael, what's up, man? MBG, you got to keep in mind, all the Xbox people crapped all over Final Fantasy when it was exclusive, and now that it's on Xbox, they want to praise it. Yeah. King Money, you're saying, so what does well before June state of play mean, MBG? I mean, to me, him saying the next state of play is going to be well before June. I mean, well before to me is not like just a couple weeks before. It's like not 2 to 3 weeks. To me, well before is like, it could like next week, like next week or the week after. I don't know why. I just have this. I have this hunch. I could be totally wrong. I'm wrong all the time, but I have this hunch that there's going to be a Wolverine state of play before the end of April. Everybody's thinking May. I don't know why. I don't think it's going to be in May. I'm thinking April. It could be May though. I mean, I don't have any kind of like inside information or anything like that. So 007 actually looks really good. I'm getting it. I think it looks good too. I don't like the fact that it's launching right next to Lego Batman, because I also think Lego Batman looks good, honestly. Shadow, you like the stick layout on Xbox? I always like the Xbox controllers. At least starting from the 360. I always like the feel of the Xbox controllers. I think Microsoft always nailed that. I mean, I like the DualSense better by this point, but prior to the DualSense, I liked Xbox, yeah. Sony always announced the state of plays like a day before. Yeah, and that's true too. So, I mean, if they are going to do a Wolverine state of play, they could announce it tomorrow. You know, they could announce it. I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying they could. They definitely could. But yeah, I think this makes sense to me because here's the thing. We know that Sony doesn't do showcases anymore. The way Sony used to do showcases was, you know, they would make it like an hour long, maybe sometimes hour and a half long, big spectacle. And they would have numerous first party game presentations. Knowing that they don't do that anymore, and knowing that they like to give their big first party games the spotlight with their own, uh, you know, dedicated events. I just I think them deciding, let's do a big Wolverine state of play, put the spotlight completely on Wolverine for like a couple weeks, let that simmer down, then going into the end of May, early June, we're going to do a regular summer state of play with a bunch of third parties and new first party reveals where you're going to see, you know, Corey Barlog's game revealed, maybe some more Intergalactic, and maybe, you know, a little something else in there as well. Fair games. Get some fair games. Oh, God. I just realized that's actually probably going to happen. If not now, when? I'm going to spark up one in your honor, ABG. Thank you. Thank you, Digital Dude. I appreciate that. Heard Xbox might get a Forza controller. That'd be cool. I saw that the Forza Horizon 6 previews came out today, and yeah, man, it's unsurprisingly, Playground Games is going to knock it out of the park. I'm excited. I was watching a little bit of gameplay. I'm like, dude, I can't wait. I'm going to wait for it to come to PlayStation, but I also can't wait. It's going to be awesome. You know what Sony should do? Sony should partner up with Microsoft and do a limited edition. If they're going to do a limited edition Forza controller for Xbox, they should do one for a DualSense. That'd be crazy. That'd be awesome. I would totally buy that. State of plays are chill. Got some good games coming out. I like Saurus so far. Saurus looks like it's going to be fun. Fair games, Horizon, Hunter's Gathering, Project Gummy Bears, just throwing them all in there. Yeah. Just put them in like a, 1 minute reveal, basically, for each, taking up 3 minutes of the entire show. Here's Fair Games, here's Project Gummy Bears, and here's Horizon Hunter's Gathering release date, and okay, we're done. We're moving on from that. Uncharted 5. I mean, yeah, we've been talking about Uncharted. The thing is, I do believe an Uncharted game is in development at Naughty Dog, but I don't think it's going to get revealed until maybe like 2027. I don't see it getting revealed until after Intergalactic comes out. So it could be a while till we see it. Maybe I'm wrong, though. I mean, again, everything I'm saying is just speculation. I think that goes without saying, but it's just there's been so many rumblings recently of something Uncharted related, and they could. I mean, they definitely could. If Naughty Dog feels as though they want to make a big statement, they could show gameplay of Intergalactic, give a release date, and then announce Uncharted, like a new Uncharted coming later on. That'd be pretty big. I think people would be stoked for that. 007 First Light Switch 2 version has been delayed until later this summer. Maybe they're having some trouble with it. MVG, my buddy switched from Xbox to PS5. He said PlayStation had no games, but then said he was jealous of PlayStation. He said that the DualSense is better, but he liked the Xbox button layout. It cut your last message. That's always how it goes. Isn't it, Shadow? Right? Yeah, Sony ain't got no games. They ain't got. I don't care about no Wolverine. Wolver who? Wolver what? But they break. They all break. I broke. I broke. I did. I know. See, this is the thing. I know the mentality. I know because I was there at one point. I remember being straight up in denial about Sony with the PS4, where, I'm sitting there after E3 2016 and, Xbox just showed me Recore and, God, State of Decay, maybe. I don't, Sea of Thieves. And then I look over at Sony and they're like, Days Gone, Spider-Man, God of War 2018, Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, they're just blowing the roof off the place, man. And I'm like, whatever. Like, it ain't that great. Like, why are you guys so hyped? It ain't nothing going on. It's not as good as you think. It's not as good as you think. But I don't know. Then I eventually caved and I was like, okay. All right, yeah. It's pretty awesome. It's really good. I can't lie. You think Phantom Blade Zero needs a state of play? I agree with that, Venino. I do agree with that. I could see Phantom Blade Zero absolutely getting a state of play. I think it'll come later, but I could see that happening because Sony apparently did pay for timed exclusivity for that. So why not? It's going to be one of the biggest games that come out this year. What's crazy to me about Phantom Blade Zero is that it's launching a few days before Wolverine. And it's like, why? Why do we have to do this again? This is always how it is. Too many games launching literally within days of one another. With all the recent Naughty Dog hiring and job listings 1 year out from release, how hard do you think they're crunching right now? I mean, if Jason Schreier's last report on them is anything to go off of, yeah, they're probably crunching pretty. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to assume to know, but it seems like they have to put a lot of effort into trying to get this game wrapped up to release next year. I think the middle of next year, next summer, maybe. They have time, of course, but MBG, have you played Mafia: The Old Country? Such a cool game. I just started it. Forgot how much I missed the short narrative games after playing Crimson Desert. I did play it, and I got the platinum. I played that game in January, and I struggled to get the platinum because the collectibles in this game suck. I'm going to let you know right now. If you're planning on getting the platinum, I'm just giving you fair warning. The collectibles are awful. But the game itself is awesome, and the story was awesome. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. MBG, some said Gears E-Day is a full exclusive. What's your opinion? Here's what I'm going to say. I hope it's full exclusive. So that way, all those who tried to sit there and lie and deceive and make it sound like they don't care about exclusives. Exclusives are bad. When we all play, we all win. I want to see it go full exclusive so they can just finally admit this is how you like it. You want it this way. That's fine. I won't be mad. But I hope we can get to that point. So I do hope Gears is exclusive because I would like to see that. If it's not, that's cool. I mean, Gears E-Day to me is not like a game it's a game that I think looks good. Like, it looks like it's going to have, it has a lot of potential, right? But it's not one I'm like clamoring for. So for me, it's like, it's one of these titles where if it's there day one, like, I'll probably play it as long as there's nothing in the way of it that I'd rather play instead. I'll play it. If it's not and it's exclusive, cool. I'm not gonna sweat it. State of Decay 3, on the other hand. You're working on Mafia now, buddy? Nice, dude. Ghetto God, you're saying there's no way it'll be exclusive? Well, if I'm not mistaken, Gears of War E-Day is going to be it's going to be a big multiplayer game. Like, I think this is going to be them trying to do like a proper live service. Like, it would all have a single player, obviously, and you'll be able to play it co-op. But, you know, Gears is also known for its multiplayer. Absolutely. That's a massive part of Gears. So E-Day, I think, is where they're trying to really make something happen in the lot, you know, with Gears of War live service. It would be very strange if they were to, you know, be like, Digital Dude, you're saying, what do you think the statue for the collector's edition of Wolverine will be? We can only hope it's of Wolverine like putting his claws through an enemy's, you know, just like that. No, if anything, it'll probably be him just doing some kind of pose, you know. I don't think they'll go too crazy with it. I don't know, maybe they could. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's gonna be awesome. Buttery Cheeks with a $5 chat says, as a primary PC player, I finally folded and got a PS5 Pro before the price hike to experience Ghost of Yotei, Astrobot, Saros, Wolverine, and GTA 6 this year. Really, Buttery Cheeks. I'm happy to hear that, man. I love to hear that. That's interesting because I feel like I was seeing a lot of that happening, right? When Sony announced the price hike, we kind of talked about how it seems like it created massive FOMO. Maybe not. I don't know if FOMO is the right word, but yeah, people were just scared, man. They're like, oh, damn, like this is my last chance. I mean, the way people were acting, it was like PS5s were going away. I mean, maybe they kind of are. Maybe the Pro is going to be phased out over the next year, but you know, I've saw so many people just rushing out. They're like, I need to get a Pro. I need to do it right now. And it's just so insane to think that as you saw that happening, the Pro was still even $50 more than when it launched. But yeah, there's no denying that. I mean, look, I'll say this, Buttery Cheeks. I think you made a good choice. You know, you're saying you are primarily a PC player, but I think you won't regret it because if you bought it for all the games you just listed, I mean, you get a thumbs up from me, dude. Ghost of Yotei, awesome game. Astrobot, incredible. Saros looks like it's going to be amazing. Wolverine, I think Wolverine's going to be the best game Insomniac ever made. And then, of course, GTA 6. So I think you made the right call. Not to say that if you're somebody who plays on PC and you didn't buy a PS5, you made a wrong call. It's just, yeah, I don't think you want to miss out on all those games, man. Because to me, that's quite a... Those are some pretty significant games to potentially miss out on. So, good stuff, man. You have to update me, Buttery Cheeks, as time goes on, how you feel about the Pro and, you know, if you end up feeling like it was worth it or not. 18 inches of Omega Red. No. Boss, stop. I already gave you. Are you serious, dude? Get out. Now I'm mad. Get out. He almost just Are we good? He almost just disconnected my internet. Says we're good. Freaking cat, man. I love Boss, but man, no. Out. Go away. Get out. I don't know what happened. Like I give him his treats early and he's like, that's not enough. More. As a PS5 owner since day one, I agree more with PlayStation doesn't have games because it's not a literal statement. It's the fact that there are very few new titles. Most are sequels to PS4 games, which aren't innovative. I mean, I get that. That's fine. Like it, you know, I'll never disagree with the person that says I would like there to be more games. I think there should be more games. There is no denying that yeah, I'm like, okay, so if I look at Saros, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, man, because I try to see both sides of it. Where it's like when somebody says Sony doesn't have enough games, my response to that is Marathon, Saros, Marvel Tokon, Wolverine. 4 AAA games in 6 months. Phantom Blade Zero, if you want to count that, I usually don't count that because that's a timed console exclusive. And I think to a lot of people, that's launching on PC. But we could count that too if we want, right? I'll leave it up to you. But I always at least say those 4 games to people. And I say, that's 4 games in 6 months. But then if somebody says, well, those games are just sequels, here's what I'll say. It is true that 2 of those games are Marvel games. However, they are very different Marvel games. One is a fighting game, but like a real fighting game, like something that's actually really trying to break into the competitive fighting scene. One of them is a, cinematic action adventure game. And so if you're like, okay, I don't like Marvel, I can understand how, okay, that basically cuts it in half for you. And I get that. But you're left with Saros and Marathon. And I think even if you just look at Saros and Marathon, they're 2 very different games. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is maybe it's what Digital Dude says, it doesn't have enough games you like. There, fix it. Yeah, I agree more so with that, truthfully, because it's totally fine, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with a person looking at Sony's lineup and being like, that's not really for me. That's totally fine. Like, it doesn't have to be. It absolutely doesn't have to be. It's no different than if somebody looks at, Microsoft's lineup or Nintendo's lineup and be like, nah. Like, but I do think that people are being honestly like completely unfair in their assessment when they're like, yeah, this Sony doesn't have enough. They don't have enough variety. They don't have enough new stuff. The only thing I can say to that when I look over those games is if you say, I kind of want like a new big IP from Sony, that's fair. But that's where I turn to people and I'm like, Intergalactic's coming, bro. But see, that's where I'm not going to lie to you, man. Like, it feels like I run into brick walls all the time with people because it's like, Intergalactic looks, she's bald. Like, it's just like, it feels like there's no winning with some people. And to be fair, that whoever I responded to, I'm not saying you're that person. Just to be clear, I'm not saying it's you. I'm just saying this is stuff that I run into frequently. And yeah, and Kana. I keep forgetting Kana too. I keep forgetting that, dude. That's coming this year. And PlayStation Studios is helping develop that game. And that's going to be a major title. So, like, the variety is there. The I need something brand new is going to be there with Intergalactic. Nate the Hate just said April 16th. Hot damn! Wait, really? Did he really say that? No. That's when my drums are arriving. I'm not even kidding. Don't tell me he says April 16th, bro. You gotta be kidding me. There's no way. That's literally what the day my drums are arriving. Let me go check. All right, let me go to his I think you just you may have trolled me successfully. I don't see anything. I don't see him. It doesn't look like he replied anywhere saying the 16th. Are you trolling me with that, or did I miss it somewhere on Gaming Leaks and Rumors? All right, hold on. Let me go check. Oh shit, you're right. Hold on. What's the link to? Oh, okay. It's because it was on reset error. Didn't expect this to be a thread, so I'll just share the date I've heard, but I haven't confirmed it yet. I've been hearing there will be a state of play on April 16th. That's next Thursday. Okay. I mean, that's what, right? Like, that's what I was saying. I wasn't saying the 16th specifically, but I was saying, like, dude, I don't know. I'm well before June sounds like very, very, like, right around the corner to me. I don't think like May 18th. That's not well before June. That's like pretty close to June. you know? Oh shit, yo, we is it happening? Is it happening? Hold on, let me go tweet about this. I gotta put the tweet out. Insider Nate the Hate uh is says the date he has heard for the next state of play is April 16th. Still no word on if it will. You know what? I don't need to say that. That's fine. Hold on, I gotta get a. You think I would have these pictures saved on my PC, but I don't. Save this image. Get a live tweet. Where is it? Where is it? Got to proofread it. Is saying the date he has heard for the next state of play is April 16th. Okay. Good to go. Posting it. Damn. April 16th. Assassin's Creed Black Flag reveal the same day. Okay. Okay. This might just be a regular state of play, guys. Hold up. No, because you're right. You're right. Tom Henderson, AC Black Flag remake announcement set for April 16th. That's according to Reset Era user Blackbait, who said that the announcement is currently planned for April 16th. Insider Gaming understands that the announcement has been planned for the 16th for some time. Okay. What are the chances this is not going to be revealed at a state of play? There's a chance that the state of play is dedicated to third party. Did you see Mind's Eye 2 came out today? Wait, Digital do what? No, I didn't see that. Did I miss something? This is weird. Oh, wait. Wait, why are you saying is that game bad? The game Samson? I've been seeing that game. It kind of looked good to me. No. You're calling it Mind's Eye 2. Is it really bad? Look at the reviews. Hold on. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that's not good. That's sitting at a 53 on Metacritic. Game Rant gave it a 3 out of 10. Game Rant says, I take no joy in lambasting a studio's debut, but to downplay Samson's fundamental flaws would be to misrepresent it. I could say that you might enjoy the game if you temper your expectations, or that it will be improved once Liquid Swords fixes its devastating bugs, or even that beneath its repetitive gameplay, a bland story is the beating heart of passion. But the reality is that Samson is more than just a decent but flawed game. It's a passionless, joyless, derivative chore, and I wouldn't suggest playing it unless you're being paid to do so. Oh my God. Oh, that's bad. I thought it looked kind of good too. Uh-oh, Moore's Law's dad just dropped a video about PS6 pricing, dropped 9 minutes ago. I don't know. All this shit's happening at once. Let me see. Bro, I don't see the video. Did he take it down? He said Moore's Law's dad. It's not up. I don't see it. You're saying he posted it 9 minutes ago. I'm on his channel right now. I don't see it. That's weird. If he's messing with me, that's oddly specific. You just had the notification. Maybe he had to take it down. Huh. I believe, yeah, that'd be a weird thing to lie about. Wow, man. I have to admit, guys, if we're getting a regular state of play next week, that's very strange. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's very strange. You know why? Well, mainly because Sony isn't doing their investor business meeting, their annual business meeting, until sometime in May or June. And Sony always does their shows within the same week. They usually do it the same day or within 24 hours of that meeting. Somebody correct me if I'm mistaken, but I don't recall Sony ever doing a regular state of play in April. It sticks out like a sore thumb as like, that's a really strange time for Sony to do a regular state of play. Now, this is why I'm confused, because like we don't know if Sony is doing a state of play on April 16th. We don't know whether or not it's going to be a regular state of play or a dedicated Wolverine one. But if we know that Assassin's Creed remake is getting announced, Assassin's Creed 4 remake, if we know that that's getting announced on April 16th and it's been planned for some time, I mean, what are the chances we're going to get a Wolverine state of play on the same day that it just so happens that's when Ubisoft's going to announce Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag? The PS6 handheld is dropping early. Whoa, hold on. Where are you getting that? Where are you getting that info? Where'd you hear about that? Let me see. Maybe you were just... Oh, okay. You guys got to stop messing with me like that, bro. My bad. I'm taking my chat too seriously. I'm like... I can't believe I just spent $76 on Starfield. I'm ashamed. You should be. But at least you're aware. I'll give you that. He doesn't know what kind of state of play, though. Well, I mean, I feel like no matter what, this state of play is going to feature Wolverine, because this is now a spring state of play. And, you know, unless Insomniac straight up lied, they said the next time they're going to show Wolverine is in spring. You don't think this April state of play will reveal anything big? They will reserve that for the summertime? I mean, they could. Do we think Sony is just going to do like a state of play in the middle of April and then another one in June? Because keep in mind, they just did a February state of play. This is why I'm confused by this timing, because I'm like, I've never heard of state of plays being this condensed so close together, except there's one exception. The Japanese focused state of play that they did in November, I believe. That was really random. We got a regular state of play in September last year, and then they're like, oh, here's a Japanese focused state of play. But that was for like 99% of people, that was just like, eh. It didn't really feel like a state of play. It felt very targeted, you know. I mean, it served its purpose. It's like we're basically just trying to talk to Japanese gamers right now. If this is a regular state of play, this is kind of unheard of. This would mean we got a state of play mid-February, and then 2 months later, we're getting another one. And that, you know, the implication is pretty big there because it's like, well, Sony's definitely doing something in the summer. I'll put this out here. Why do you hate on Starfield? I don't actually hate on it. I'm just messing around, dude. I don't care. Like, I'm sure Starfield's fine. I'm not serious about it. Hiroki Totoki's keeping us on our toes. I'm going to say this. You think it's going to be a third-party state of play? Sony's going to catch some heat for that, dude. Sony's going to catch some heat for that. Don't let them gaslight you into thinking Starfield's good, MBG. It's that serious. It's that serious. I mean, it could be a third-party state of play, but here's why that doesn't line up, though. Saros. Sony has literally a game coming out this month. Like, it can't just be a third party. Like, Saros would, at the very least, Saros would have to show up. And if Saros is going to show up, it's going to have to show up in a meaningful way. But Saros wouldn't be enough to justify a first party presence. So there would have to, but that's the thing. Then you have, Insomniac being like, yeah, we're showing more Wolverine in spring. And April 16th is smack dab in the middle of spring. You know? So it's like, them doing a third party only state of play in the middle of April is very bizarre and pretty much unwarranted. I'm going to throw this out here. I've been hearing rumblings, and I have no. I'm not saying I don't know. I don't know, but I've been hearing rumblings that Sony may start talking about next gen sooner than we think. I'm just throwing that out there. I've been hearing rumblings. I have no idea if it's true. Do I think you should be assuming that Sony's going to come out and reveal the PS6 in June? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if you go back to the way Sony lined up, there was a build up to the PS5 reveal, is what I'm trying to say. Like, Sony was kind of talking a little bit about the PS5, prior to its full reveal. Do keep in mind that Microsoft is already talking about Project Helix. They're already talking about next gen. I'm going to put this out here too. I don't think Sony's going to talk about next gen. I think it's too early. Mainly because I think Sony needs to, I don't know. I don't think they should. There's like this idea they might get in their own way, You got Wolverine coming up, you got GTA, like, you're good. You don't need to talk. But I've heard rumblings that they might get ready to talk. They might be getting ready to talk about next gen to some capacity. I'm not saying like a console reveal. Obviously, they're not going to reveal a new console, but they might start talking about it. Not really. Last year's September State of Play, the one before Yote, October 2nd's release, didn't include a Yote trailer at all. That's true, but they did do the dedicated Ghost of Yote State of Play, Jack, right? So it's like, I just feel like that's why people weren't asking where Yote was. They did have, I think, a trailer for Legends, right? Or maybe you're right. Maybe they didn't have anything. Oh, what's up, Luna? Hey. Luna's here. She doesn't visit me that often. Sir Digital Dude with a $5 chat saying it's going to be like how they showed Kill the Justice League. Show a few games and rest of the show will be Wolverine maybe. They could do that. That'd be awesome. I'd be all for that. To me, that does sound perfect because you don't have to. You're giving everybody what they want. You're going to get a nice third party slate and a big first party closer. Sure, it's a game we already know about, but we're all itching to see Wolverine gameplay. So I think that would be perfect, and I could see them doing that. It's just fascinating to me to think that they would be doing that, but also doing another big show in 2 more months. I don't know. Faye, yeah, the Corey Barlog Faye game is rumored to get announced this summer. ABG, why do PlayStation fans constantly talk about GTA 6 like it's a Sony first party? Well, I think it's mainly because it I think for a lot of people it feels like it is. It's not a first party, obviously, but I mean, I believe GTA 6 is going to help sell some Xbox consoles, but I think realistically it's what the hell is Luna doing? God, look at how massive Luna is. Oh my God. I like when Luna shows up. She doesn't show up that often. God, she's so massive. Like she's so huge, dude. Holy shit. Boss is just watching like whatever. I already got my treats. Now, I think when it comes to GTA, dude, it's just, it seems like PlayStation is being treated as the main platform. Like when they showed the last trailer, it said, it was captured on a base PS5, and people are excited to see how this game's going to perform on the Pro. So I just think there's this added kind of allure around the PlayStation version of it. Relax, Sir Digital Dude. It's all good, man. It's all good, bro. Any news regarding Fumito Ueda's Project Robot? No, nothing on that yet. I could see that showing up at a state of play, though. Your thoughts on Samson only being $25? Just OC at launch. I mean, I saw that it has a 53 on I don't know, on Metacritic, so. Did you hear Maximilian dude say all games are made on PlayStation for PlayStation and then they get ported to PC later? Well, no, I didn't hear him say that. You mean like literally all games or Sony games? Dude, the way I know you guys can't see Boss's eyes, the way he's looking at Luna right now, he's like, he's so annoyed. He's so annoyed. He's like, those are supposed to be my treats. My treats. I think he meant even third party. Interesting. I mean, that's crazy if true. I think that's true for some games. I mean, like, it's true for GTA, but I can't imagine it's true for all games. That's such a crazy advantage for Sony, though, if that's true. Nate just said on Reddit he's hearing it's a third party state of play. Motherfucker. Son of a bitch. Damn it. I'm done. I don't even want to stream no more, man. You know what? Nothing can bring me down that day, though. It's okay. My drums are coming that day, so. Is that good? Yeah. Keeps licking her chops. Delicious. You know how big her paws are, dude? I think I may have actually gotten like a little panther because, like, dude, her paws are massive. I'm so scared of Luna, dude. She's a little feisty, but I don't want to catch her claws, dude. Biggest paws I've ever seen on a cat in my life. MBG, did someone just say all Xbox games are made for PlayStation first? Apparently, supposedly that's what Maximilian said. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I cannot confirm. All right, hold on. Let me that would be bizarre and kind of disappointing. I won't lie. Like, if it's true that really boss is like, I'll eat the crumbs. If it's true that this is going to be a third party state of play, I don't know why they would do that and not show Wolverine, considering like Insomniac said over and over again, we're going to show more Wolverine in spring. That would be really strange to me. But I mean, if you know, I don't doubt Nate the Hate at all. If he says he's hearing it's third party, then I would say it's third party. I wouldn't assume otherwise at that point. Third party because they don't have any games. GTA's third party. I'm just saying GTA's third party. That's all I'm saying. I'm holding on to hope. Give me something, bro. Sometimes they do two stated plays back to back. Well, here's what I'll say. If it is a third party state of play, then they're probably going to end it with like, yeah, and here's a 15-minute demonstration of a big third party game. Buttery Cheeks, you're saying, MBG, do you think there's a chance the PS6 handheld will launch first in 2027 and then the PS6 console in 2028? Or will they both launch the same day? It's a great question, Buttery Cheeks. I mean, I've been thinking about this quite a bit, and, you know, we don't have any concrete info. What I will tell you, Buttery Cheeks, is the closest thing we have to answer this question. The only info we actually have comes from Moore's Law is Dead. And if I'm not mistaken, when he was leaking information like the specs of the PS6 as well as the PlayStation 6 handheld, he was saying that based off of what he's seeing and what he's reading and the way it's being discussed in the documentation, it sounds like these devices are meant to launch very, very close to one another. And they could launch together. But they're not. There doesn't seem to be anything to insinuate or imply or confirm that they're meant to launch very separate from one another. So, you know, I actually wouldn't be shocked if the way Sony handled it was they're like, we're going to launch them at the same time. Because think about it like this. The PlayStation handheld has a good chance of being cheaper than the PlayStation 6 console, the home console. It has a chance of being cheaper. And so if it is cheaper, being able to launch a device that maybe they will call it a PlayStation 6 handheld. I mean, maybe it'll have PS6 in the name, but being able to launch something there that, like, you know, hey, it's $100 less than the digital model PS6. It might not be the first thing people were thinking about going for, but I don't know. I think it could be a kind of like a good compromise for people, you know, where we're not interested in this, you know, PS6 home console. It's too expensive. But then they have a handheld as an alternative option at the launch so they can still partake in the launch of the next generation. You know, I could see that happening. So my guess, what I'm trying to say, Buttery Cheeks, is I think it is going to be a simultaneous launch. I think there's a plan to attack from two angles here. One with the PS6 home console, keep your console players happy, go the traditional route, do what everybody already expects you to do, but have an alternative that will shake things up a bit and potentially be something that those who are not at all interested in upgrading to the PS6 can look at and be like, actually, though, I'll give you my money for that, Sony. That's what I would do. It's tough. It's risky. It has its risks associated with it. It has, you know, some potential pitfalls. Sony has to be very careful how they market that. But if they nail it, it could actually, I think, work wonders for them. Plot twist: what if the PS6 handheld is going to be a genuine handheld with its own exclusive games like the PSP and Vita, and it won't play PS6 games at all? No shot. That would be a plot twist, but no shot. MBG, if the PS6 doesn't offer a disc drive, we riot. We riot, correct? Absolutely. Yes. We go on a crusade. We demand. We march to Sony HQ with our disc drives in hand. An April slop of play. State of slop. There we go. I like that better. State of slop. 2026. Yeah, apparently it is going to offer a disc drive, so I don't think we have to worry about that. I think we'll be good. All right. You see here. Any more updates? Okay, hold on. This is important. Nate the Hate answered Radic on Twitter. So yeah, Nate the Hate says, since this gained unexpected attention and traction, I'll share the unconfirmed date I've heard for the next potential state of play, April 16th. Emphasis on unconfirmed. So yeah, I mean, I guess he's sharing that that's what he heard, but he can't seemingly corroborate it. So keep in mind, it might not be the 16th. And I know I know that's annoying for people, but he probably didn't want to give the date until he was able to corroborate it. But Radic says, do you have any idea if it's a state of play dedicated to a single game like Wolverine or a general state of play like the one we got in February? He says, it sounds more third party focused, but I'm not 100% certain. So it sounds to me like there's things here that are up in the air. We can't say one way or the other. We can't say if it's going to be fully third party or not. We need more info. Maybe Grubble. Yeah, we haven't heard from Jeff Grubb in a while. Maybe he'll chime in. Let me go talk to my source. Hold on. Yeah, my source is saying it's going to be a great state of play. Expect good things. That's what they said. My source is actually Hiroki Totoki. Want to see more Castlevania? I mean, dude, Konami like killed it at the last state of play. So no, so far it does not sound like a dedicated Wolverine state of play. It doesn't sound dedicated, but Nate the Hate is saying he's not 100% sure. Like he's saying he's not 100% sure if it's going to be like a fully focused third party state of play. He hasn't confirmed that yet. So I'm going to tell you right now, man, if I'm going with my gut, there's no way this is just a third party state of play. That I'm going to be honest, that would be stupid. Sony would catch flack for that. Like they have to know that. Like why would you do that? It doesn't, I mean, it makes sense for your partners, but even then it's like you have nothing to show. Not like, come on, dude. Insomniac is literally telling fans, we're going to show you more. Like, this is why it just doesn't make sense to me. It's like Insomniac is flat out looking fans in the face and slapping them. No, and saying, we're going to show you more in spring. And then Sony comes out and is like, we're doing a spring state of play. And it's like, Wolverine time. And they're like, no. It doesn't make any sense. You know who's going to catch flack? Insomniac's going to catch flack. If Wolverine doesn't show up, Insomniac's going to catch flack. Kena 2, yeah, Kena 2 could show up again. Ghost of Yote PC announcement. Right? Right? Mustafa Spring, yes. Look at how long spring lasts this year. Hold on. Yeah, let's see. Oh my God, what? Oh. Okay, I didn't know spring lasted that long. Yo, spring lasts till June 21st. What the fuck? Wait, what? Why? That feels like so much longer than it should. You know what? Scratch everything I said. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. In my mind, I don't know why. In my mind, like spring is like basically till the end of May. But apparently it goes. It's like almost to the end of June. I don't know what to think now. All right. Expect anything. That's what I'm going to tell you guys. Expect anything. Everything we thought we knew was a lie. Sony doesn't give a fuck if they catch flack from fans. Titus was like, don't you know spring ends June 21st? Thank you for informing me. Yes. Yeah, it does feel like that, right? Like spring feels, I guess it's because the weather, like spring weather, like actual spring weather feels like it lasts for like 6 weeks. And then, oh, now it's too hot. Summer's here. Yeah, there's summer. But technically, yeah, spring does not end until June 21st. Which is weird because it's like, even when you think about certain games releasing in June, like to me, I would call that a summer release. It's like, no, it's technically a spring. I guess that makes sense because fall, um, no, sorry, not fall, summer. Summer lasts till like almost like the middle or end of September. And that's always funny because September to me definitely feels like a fall month, not a summer month. But, well, I guess we'll see. I don't want. We have Phantom Blade pre-orders going up. Yeah, probably. Yeah, we have over a week. If the state of play is happening on the 16th, we have over a week before it gets, it happens. So I don't necessarily want things spoiled. I don't want things to be spoiled. I just want to know what to expect. Sony will tell us. I will let you know that. If they are going to do a state of play on the 16th, expect the announcement to be on the 15th with a blog post. They will tell you in the blog if it's just going to be third party or not. Or if they are going to have any first party, they'll say it. But yeah, I don't know. I guess what just catches me a little bit off guard here, to be honest, is I just do not recall Sony doing a state of play in April. It just seems like such an unusual time, especially because the last one they did in February was so good. People really liked it, and people felt like that was the best state of play they ever did. It kind of left you with this feeling of like they're not doing one for a long time. Like yeah, I would have thought, yeah, we're not getting another one until maybe like the middle of June or something. But again, it calls into question if they're doing a. Could it be they're going to be doing a showcase? Is that why? Like, yeah, just throw out another like third party state of play in April because in June we're doing a full blown showcase. One can dream. One can dream. Titus, you and spell check, bro. I will wait until PlayStation says so. I will wait until PlayStation says what they'll show. Yes, but as you're waiting, you're going to be in here with me. So we have no choice but to speculate. They're definitely doing a showcase in December/January. You think so? That's a weird time frame, Ghetto God. To be so confident. December, January. I'm not so sure about that. Especially December, because like that's when the Game Awards happen. But it's like I said, there have been rumblings that Sony may want to start talking about next gen a little bit sooner. The big thing that I still need to remind people of, and this is important, is I am certain Sony, whatever this state of play in April ends up being, even if it's something disappointing, I'm certain, or something great for that matter, I'm certain Sony is going to be doing more in May or June, because they have their annual shareholders meeting, like I said, their business update. Sony always does a show right near that, right next to it. You think there's going to be a June state of play where we see Intergalactic and the Faye game is revealed? Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I just said like Insomniac would get a lot of flack if they didn't show Wolverine. If there's a state of play next week, but the reality is like, no, we have till June 21st. So yeah, it could be some time. Actually, I hate to say that, but it could be some time until we see Wolverine again. Let's see here. I'm just checking to see if there's any more updates with anything. Yeah, I mean, I guess that'll be it for right now. Yeah, I will say though, like we have I guess just to wrap this specific topic up, where we are right now, Nate the Hate, he's saying that there's a state of play April 16th. That's the date he heard. He's thinking it's more third party, but he cannot confirm if it's a third party state of play. And we're also hearing that Assassin's Creed 4 remake, Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake, is getting announced the same day. So that's where we are right now. That's where we stand. It's only a couple of months. There's plenty to play until then. That's true too. Remember your history, guys. That 2020 showcase that basically broke the internet. They need that. They need that again to sell the PS6. Yeah, I would recommend Sony save the return of the showcase for the PlayStation 6 reveal. I recommend checking out Sony dropping Assassin's Creed Shadows PSSR 2. Yeah, so they dropped a couple things today. There was that. There's Cyberpunk 2077 getting PS5 Pro support, and there's also the James Bond controller, and also the state of play rumor. So it's quite a bit. I agree. Sony's going to need that. Yeah, Sony's going to need that jaw-dropping moment that just blows everybody's minds with the PS6 reveal. They're 100% going to need that. By the way, guys, do me a favor as we continue our discussion here. Take a moment, hit that like button. If you guys are enjoying Press X Podcast, I would really appreciate you hitting the like button. We have Soyu, aka Mr. Hamster. Yeah, we're gonna get a Last of Us 2 remake. Can't wait. PXP reminds me that back when I was in college, my dad used to get mad at me because he paid for my phone bills and saw me super chatting MBG too much. LOL. Damn, bro. I'm sorry I'm sorry, Mr. Hamster. I didn't know you were getting in trouble, man. I appreciate that though. You were helping me out, and I appreciate that. Sorry, Mr. Hamster's dad. I wasn't trying to make you mad. I wasn't trying to. I wasn't pressuring him. Don't do anything stupid, Mr. Hamster. I loved it though, man. Yeah, the early PXP days were fun. I mean, it's still fun now, but it was just such a different time. So much has happened since then. Demon Souls and Valhalla were a launch for me on the PS5. I was happy. Yeah, Demon Souls was the first game I played. Couldn't believe how good it looked. I was legitimately like, crazy. The PS5 launch day was nuts for me, man. Like, I was so nervous that day because I told everybody I was going to do an on-camera unboxing, and that was my first time ever going on camera. I was so scared. I was so scared, man. And then I was going to stream Demon Souls. I was very stressed that day, but it worked out great. It's a great day. If GT or if PS6 comes out next year, I wonder if GT8 will launch. Masochist Mode, you're saying MBG, what level are you in Marathon? I'm level 28 and constantly getting angry at this game. Yeah, I like literally this morning I played around and it went so bad. I'm like, I hate this game. I was, you know what I said? I didn't say that. I was like, I'm done. And I just turned it off. Last night I was playing it again, or I was playing Marathon last night, and I got so pissed. I yelled. I was like, it was funny because Mississippi, she was in the room down here with me, and she was like on the computer, and I'm like, fuck this game. I'm like, this piece of shit game. 3.6 billion for this trash. Dude, I was literally saying this shit out loud. That's how pissed I was. So I got off. You guys, I should stream some Fizzant. Oh my god. I got early access to Fizzant, a game only available on the PlayStation 6. It's only 5% done. Got early access to it. I was saying I should stream Marathon. How about that? How about we hit a member goal? I'll boot up a good old Marathon stream. I want to hit a member goal, but I don't know if I want to hit it that bad. Don't make me play Marathon. Don't make me play Marathon live. God, that game infuriates the shit out of me, dude. Even just thinking about it gets me pissed off. Second, don't stop. Ghetto God, stop. The member goal should be Hanzo gets one. You still haven't got one, Hanzo? Damn. Well, yeah, we haven't gotten any today at all. We'll see. I mean, I don't know that today's stream is going to be. I've been doing like these 4 to 5 hour streams. I think I got to do a little bit of a shorter stream today. Because, goddamn, dude, let me tell you. Do you know how fried my brain is after 5 hours of talking nonstop? I'm like done. I'm just gone for the day. Like I can't function. I'm like so overstimmed. And what do? I'm gonna go play Marathon. And I wonder why. I want to punch my screen. Thank you, Hanzo. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we can still get you a membership gift at some point today or later in the week or soon. It's deceivingly longer than you think. What, to get to... Oh, you're saying, bro, it's going to take a long time to get to 100. What level are you, Masochist Mode? I'm assuming you're trying to get the platinum? Because, yeah, I think everything about Marathon's deceptive. Like, oh, it's only got 14 trophies. Oh, you're level 108. How many, what the hell that was? How many hours are you into it? That's so you're saying this after getting to level 100. MBG, I'm surprised you're here after yesterday. That was a hell of a stream. I know, dude. I was considering not streaming, but I'm like, this Friday and Saturday, I'm probably not going to be around because me and Mrs. MBG are celebrating our anniversary. Um, if you don't see me tomorrow, I'm hoping to stream tomorrow, but you know, I do wonder sometimes, like doing like back to back to back 4 to 5 hour streams. It's like, I don't know, maybe take like a day or two off, give it a breather. But it's hard to say. It's hard to say. I mean, today I felt like, oh, you know, well, we got stuff to talk about, so it's not too bad. 150 hours, you've done everything there is to do. Holy shit, 150 hours, bro. Impressive. Well, right now I'm 23 hours in and I'm level 28. But yeah, I'm starting to feel like I'm reaching that point where like, oh, this is gonna take a long time. Well, when you say it's deceptively long to get to level 100, how like does the amount of experience points required keep raising? So like for example, it takes me I think 800 experience points to go from level 28 to 29. Does it stay that way when you get if you're at like level 58 to level 59, or is it going to go up to like 1300 1400 XP? If you don't do cryo, you're probably going to take yeah, I don't plan on doing that. What from what I've read, the fastest way to level up is just doing contracts. Um doing them as quickly as possible, getting in and out, and just keep doing the contracts. That's what I've read. I don't know if it's true though. Oh shit, that sucks. When you get to level 50, it starts to take way longer. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make it then. I don't know if I'm going to make it. Cuz I'm already feeling like frustrated by it where I'm like I don't like the only reason I'm still playing it because I don't think it's like a bad game, but it's true like extraction shooters are not really for me, man. Like I can honestly say like it's not the type of multiplayer experience I'm really looking for. It's intense, it's high stakes. I do look for more of a grind. Like I like the grind and I don't mind the grind. I don't mind that I have to get to level 100. It's just it's the game genre itself where it's like it stresses me out so much. You know, like for example, if I was like playing Call of Duty just grinding to level 100 or whatever, you know, where it's like the better you do, the more XP you get, but you know, you're not at risk of like losing per se. You're just on the grind. I do prefer that, something more steady. Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. You're saying when it wipes your level, you go back to 0. I'm at level 91. It took so long. 9 more to go. They fucking wipe it. Dude, oh my God. I would never play a Bungie game. I would, yeah, that'd be a next level crash out. Yeah, saw the 007 DualSense. Looks pretty cool. Am I getting Pragmata? I would like to. Not gonna lie, MBG to me, it's crazy you skipped Arc Raiders for Marathon. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I actually kind of am running. I ran into the same problem with Marathon that I ran into with Arc Raiders, where I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Like literally, I was so overwhelmed by Arc Raider. Like I'm like, I don't know. I'm picking this shit up. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I couldn't. I didn't really get into the combat very much. And so I was like, yeah, I don't think this is for me. And I was hoping when I picked up Marathon that I wouldn't feel the same way. I did. The difference is I forced myself through that learning curve. Now I feel like I know what I'm doing, but it's, you know, I'm discovering it's like, yeah, dude, sure, you know what you're doing and you're a lot better at it now, but the actual gameplay loop that is an extraction shooter, I just can't deny that it's just not what I want, man. It's not for me. I feel I don't like the amount of anxiety and stress it brings me every time I'm like, yeah, like I know what people mean. Like you feel like you gotta light up a cigarette every time you're done playing a couple matches, because like even when I go in with like nothing, you know, there are times where I actually do try to play solo, not as a rook, but as an actual runner. And I just think to myself, like, I'm just gonna bring in like a free sponsored kit. So if I lose it, I didn't lose anything. But it's just, I'll spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes on a match looting, and I'll be like, okay, I'm alone. I'm taking a great risk being alone. I'm going to go get out of here now. And like yesterday, for example, it's like, okay, I got all my stuff loaded. I didn't encounter any enemies. I survived. I just need to get out. I go, I activate the exfil, and, I just get completely mercilessly jumped. And I'm like, you fucking kidding me? But then it's like, okay, let me play a match with two people. I go in and play a match with two people. They activate the exfil, and I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's get out of here. They're a little bit ahead of me. They make it to the exfil. I'm like, I don't know. I'm maybe like 200 feet away, and there's like a group of enemies that like I guess were chasing me, and I didn't know it, and they just took me out. And I'm like crawling, I'm like, I can make it to the exfil. Like, you guys are gonna come help me, right? They fucking left me. And it's just stuff like that where it's like, I don't want to play this anymore. Like, I want to give the middle finger to this game. That's how it makes me feel. So I gave it, I don't know if I might just keep playing it just because my friend's still playing it, and he doesn't, I don't think he's planning on playing anything else anytime soon, multiplayer wise. So I don't know. I might just keep playing like a round or two a night or something, just as a kind of like whatever, somewhat like, bit of a little routine there. Is Sea of Thieves an extraction shooter? Wait, is it? Did your friend not try Arc Raiders? He did, but it's weird because like we played it together and we both kind of didn't like it for the same reasons. And I don't know where it's weird because like I think he doesn't like this game either, but we don't really know. What we've discovered is that if we don't have a multiplayer game to play, we just won't play like together. Like I'll be doing my own thing. And so it's like one of these things where I don't think we either of us really like the game that much, but we're just not really sure what else to play. So it's like it gives us an excuse to kind of just hop online at night. And it's like funny because we like make jokes and shit like when we're just playing where it's like, I'm not gonna it was like dark jokes about him like dying on his way home from work so he doesn't have to play marathon. I'm like, bro, we don't have to play it. So, it's okay. It's okay. Oh man. All right. Getting ratted out and losing gear, that's weakness. Leaving the body, we go again. Titus, what's up, man? He dropped a super chat. Titus, I just want to make sure before I read this. Did you try to do a direct donation and it didn't let you? Or did you purposely chose to do super chats? I just want to make sure of this. Oh, thank you for that, man. You dropped 2 super chats. Uh-oh. Guys, are we having hold on. Am I having a connection issue? I think we're good. Yeah, sorry. On my end, it's showing my stream freezing up, but I don't know if you guys are having any problems. MBG, you're breaking up. Uh-oh. I think I'm good. Yeah, I think there was just a little bit of a glitch there. Small, small hiccup. Okay. Yeah, on my end, it's weird. On my end, it was like showing like it just completely froze and stayed frozen. But all right, Titus, let me read. So you said here with your milestone chat, you said I chose super chats because of the sign limits on Streamlabs. Okay, I was just checking because I got a weird notification for my direct donations this morning. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like telling you couldn't do it or something. Um, you're saying MEG, can I send you pictures on Discord of my physical games collection of a real platinum trophy, which I got from a friend for getting 200 platinum trophies 3 years ago? If yes, on which channel? Also, a picture from some printed canvas pictures of my favorite gaming franchises, which I got a couple of years ago, which are hanging on the wall in my flat. But Resident Evil is missing it. Yeah, absolutely. Titus, let me see. I mean, I'll leave it up to you, man. You can send it in the general chat or you can put it in the show and tell. I'm cool with either. Um, I don't mind people dropping pictures in the general chat. You know, I'm cool with that. So I'll leave it up to you, bro. And yeah, I'll check it out. You let me know when you drop them, and I'll go look at them. Love to see me a good physical game collection and a real platinum trophy. Impressive, 200 platinums, bro. That's good. Yeah, I'm only at like 58 right now, so I'm trying to get to my 60th. I feel like you guys should retry Arc Raiders. Yeah, people do seem to love it. But Titus, bro, thank you so much for the super chats, man. MBG, why won't you show your Concord Platinum? Is it to maintain the meme? Yeah, I mean, I want to show it to you. I do. Trust me. I am proud of it. But it's because like once I do it, it'll just, I won't be able to. You guys will know for sure. Like you'll know. It's like, oh, it's real. The mystery will be gone, Because maybe I am lying. Maybe I've been lying this whole time and I don't have the Concord Platinum. The day will come, Masochist Mode. I don't know when that day will be. It's been freezing on your end. Is it still freezing? Hardest platinum? Oh, you're asking everybody what their hardest platinum was? What was my hardest platinum? Liza P may have been my hardest platinum. MBG, when do you think Horizon Hunters Gathering will launch? I'm thinking that game might be out early next year. That's my guess. Ain't got nothing on my Destruction All Stars plat. You got the platinum for Destruction All Stars. I mean, it may as well be in the same category because even though you can buy a copy of Destruction All Stars and you can go play it, you actually can't play it because there's no servers, right? God, I forget about that game. What the hell? Yeah, Sony. What's their problem, man? Destruction All Stars, Concord. And you got something badass like Helldivers there. Horizon Hunters Gathering. Like, why does Sony think this is what we want, bro? I know why they think this. I know why. Because they it's data driven. They look at the most popular, most played live service games on their own platform. You know? That's great. It's Herman. This is Herman Hulst's fault. Don't forget about Foam Stars. I did until you mentioned it. Thank you, Titus. Yeah, let me go check this out, bro. Ooh. Oh shit. Yo, Titus, that is awesome, dude. Hold on, I gotta bring this up. I like the dude, I know I'm supposed to be admiring your game collection, which I am, but I love this. What would you even call this? Like cat shelf? Like a cat shelf situation? Hold on. You guys got to see this. Give me ideas here. That's awesome. So this is Titus. He has a great physical games collection, but also he's got he's got the cats. He's got a he's got cat shelves. That's so cool, dude. I like your media cabinet too. What brand media cabinet is that? Cuz the I was looking at buying a new media cabinet soon. And this looks pretty similar. I think this one's taller than the one I was looking at. But this looks pretty similar to it. That's awesome, dude. I'm assuming they definitely chill on the top of the media cabinet shelf. Your cats. That's awesome. Yeah, I really like that. And that's a really good collection, dude. See a lot of PS3 games, a lot of PS4. Hold on, I get a closer look at the PS5 games here. Right. Let me see. Oh, that's a good collection. You got like one, two, three, almost like four of them filled up. A lot of PS4. Oh, dude, wait, are these hold on. Are these PS2 and PS1 games down here? Are those Nintendo games? Titus. For shame. For shame, Titus. How dare you? No, I'm just kidding. That's awesome, dude. I love that. I love the PS1, the PS2, the PS3. I'm curious what PS1 games you got. I don't know if I can. How far can I zoom in? I'm gonna zoom all the way in. I'm gonna get the closest look at these PS1 games, bro. It's gonna be giant pixels. Yeah, I don't think I can make any of them out. Is that Tekken 3 I see there? I don't know. Oh, Devil May Cry 3. I can see that one. That's good shit, dude. I love a good physical collection, man. Oh, dude, you have that game too. The DC. I forget what it's called. It's like it's like a family friendly DC game. I just bought that recently. I see Tekken 8, right? Pretty sure it's Tekken. I got the platinum for Tekken 8. Astrobot, Alan Wake. Dude, I'm pretty sure Alan Wake. Can you even get that physically anymore? Demon Souls. That's good shit, dude. Yeah. Let me hold on, I gotta change the size of this now. That's good stuff, man. I appreciate you showing me that. PS4 are the last ones because I have a lot of digital games. Oh, so I did see Tekken 3 there. That was your first game. I have great memories with Tekken 3 as well. Yeah, Tekken 3. I mean, I did play like Tekken 2, but it wasn't until after I played Tekken 3. Tekken 3 was like one of the first PS1 experiences I had, and I loved it. I love that game so much. I loved Jin. I know he was on the cover of it, but I loved his pants, his flame pants. I'm like, this is so fucking cool. Let me see. And then we got a few. Oh, dude. Yo, Titus. Hold on. Yo, Titus has a great setup here, man. Let me see. So this is impressive to me. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. If I can find the picture. I know I just saved it. Hold on. Apparently, I have to resave it. Bro's got a real life platinum trophy. That's awesome, dude. You know, What I think makes this so cool is not just the platinum trophy, but bro, he's got the 20th anniversary DualShock 4, 30th anniversary DualSense, but next to it the 20th anniversary DualShock 4. That's awesome. Glass case, Astrobot, God of War. That's awesome. Have you ever, this is probably blasphemous, have you ever considered taking these controllers out of the boxes and displaying them in the glass case like that? Yeah, I mean that I was gonna say like that the fact that they're sealed, I mean, dude, this shit's gonna be worth so much money. Like that DualShock 4 sealed? Yeah, I mean, dude, could you imagine opening that? Be like, I gotta open it. That's what I do though. That's what I do. If that was me, I'd be like, I gotta open it. It would bother me. And then you have some of your canvases. Let's see. Very nice, dude. Yeah, I love canvas artwork. Man, that Kratos one. Ooh, that Metal Gear one though. I like that Metal Gear one. That's really good, dude. You got an awesome gaming setup there. Physical. No wonder why you like my channel. I'm over here talking about physical games. I got my canvases in the back. Got my cats. Kingdom Hearts. Mrs. MBG loves Kingdom Hearts. Um, that's awesome, dude. Thanks for sharing that, Titus. Yeah, that's cool, dude. That's cool shit. It's the least I could do for you, man. You've been so supportive of the channel and the community. Very impressed. I think I'm most impressed. I don't know what I'm more impressed with, the real platinum trophy or the. I think I'm most impressed with the physical collection. Like, I don't have a physical collection anywhere near that big. But I thought about that. I was thinking about how, like, over time I'm gonna continue to build my PS5 physical collection because that's just what I'm doing naturally. But but I thought to myself, like, how cool would it be, especially now that I have like space for it? How cool would it be to start trying to amass a collection of like my most beloved PS1, PS2, maybe some PS3 and PS4 games, but especially thinking about the older PS1 and PS2 games. But I was thinking like, oh man, how expensive is that going to be? How expensive is that going to be? Because some of the games I want, I'm pretty sure like they ain't going to come cheap. They have platinum trophies on Etsy for like $400. Damn. Yo, can somebody make me a custom platinum trophy when I reach 100? I don't know if Whiskey Gaming's still here. He'll probably do it. He's like, I'll make one out of wood for you, bro. I got you, MBG. Speaking of which, yeah, guys, I feel like I have to keep you updated with this because I know people are waiting. The PO box is coming. I promise. Hang tight. Okay, it's happening. I'm just saying this because I know I've said it before, and then I would just like not mention it for like months and months, and then nothing would happen. I'm serious this time. The PO box will be up before the end of the month. Okay, just hang tight with that. State of Play leak when, according to Nate the Hate, April 16th. That's the date he's heard. Not sure if it's third party or not though. Took me 27 years to collect it all. The real platinum trophy is hand painted and it was only crafted for me. So it's really special. Wow, that's awesome, dude. So that's straight up like custom made. Impressive, Titus. Yeah, that definitely deserves to be in a glass case, man. Glass cases freak me out. I like them. Like, I love the way they look, but I always just imagine myself or my cats or somebody like knocking it over and just shattered glass everywhere. It gives me extreme anxiety. MVG, you can buy them on Price Drop also. Can you read my last chat? No, Shadow, I'm not reading your last chat. What's wrong with you, bro? How you just going to ask me like that? MBG, can you read my last chat? Bro buys me a drum kit and thinks I'll just read his chat. So I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, bro. Hold on. Let me see. Shadowlink says in all caps, yo, that platinum is awesome. MBG, not gonna lie, I like Destruction All Stars. And another one, Anthem. LOL. Anthem was one of my favorites. Get out. I knew there was something about you, Shadowlink. I knew there's something. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but I'm like, something about this guy. Something about him. Dude, I did play Destruction All Stars. Anthem, I never got into. I remember playing the demo or the beta for Anthem, and I don't know. It just didn't click with me. I'm like, I kind of see why this is cool, but I'm not really feeling it. Destruction All Stars I played because it was on PlayStation Plus, and I remember having a little bit of fun with that game, but realizing very quickly that Destruction All Stars, it's pretty shallow. Like, I remember you could get out of the vehicle and you would have to do like parkour basically in the ring to get these like diamonds or something to get your power up. And it felt weird because it was like, it's cool you can get out of your vehicle and they're giving you something to do outside of just driving around. But the parkour idea, it didn't, it felt like it was missing something. Like, it felt like there was supposed to be some kind of like out of vehicle PvP combat, and that just wasn't there. But it wasn't, Destruction All Stars wasn't as bad as I expected it to be. I expected it to be an absolute train wreck. But yeah, can you believe Sony was trying to sell that for $70? I'll never forget that. That was a launch window title for the PS5, and they're like $70, and literally nobody pre-ordered it, and they're like, free on PlayStation Plus. $20 free on PlayStation Plus. Imagine how bad the pre-orders must have been. Imagine how bad the pre-orders must have been that they dropped the price from 70 to 20 and put it free on PlayStation Plus. I mean, see, like, but you got me thinking again, though, like, did they learn anything? That's what blows my mind. It's like, dude, that was under Herman's watch too. What the fuck, bro? Now I'm really connecting the dots here. That was under Herman's watch, and you think he would have understood? Like, no. What? Maybe Herman Hulst does suck, bro. I don't know. Maybe he's cool. I can't tell. Right now, it's an enigma. Herman's made so many strange but the thing, here's the thing. Everything Herman touches turns to absolute dog shit. Here's the thing about Herman Hulst is we'll never really know how much is truly his fault versus it's like he actually didn't have nearly as much control as we thought. I don't know. One day we'll find out, maybe. I almost bought a bundle that included Destruction All Stars. Send Herman to Nintendo. May God have mercy on Nintendo's soul. It's like Nintendo hires Phil Spencer and Herman Hulst. Nintendo's literally bankrupt in the next year. Jim and Connie are the main culprits. Yeah, we do forget about that. Connie Booth played such a massive role. I mean, it's weird because like Connie Booth was so good at her job, but I think she also kind of floundered maybe when it's like, oh, hey, Connie, you've been producing PlayStation games for 30 years, single player games, you know? That's what you know. Can you do the same thing for live service? Maybe it just didn't translate to live service. I mean, that to me is the big thing with Sony and live service, generally speaking, is just like everything I've observed, it just seems like Sony literally did not know what to do. Like they had ideas, they had different strategic approaches, but it's like, how do we make a live service game? How do we succeed in live service? Oh, we have it. Okay, so Shadowlink dropped a direct donation. Thank you for that, Shadowlink. I'm glad to see it's working okay. Yeah, I got to figure out what this weird notification is I'm getting. I don't think it has something to do with PayPal Lite. I don't know what that is. You're saying this is to check the dono, but I think if Anthem was backed better, it could have done well. Not great, just well. Yeah, I'll never forget, dude. I was tuned into Xbox's E3 showcase and they ended with Anthem and it was like a big deal. It was like, oh shit, bro. They're doing it. Like, I don't know what this is, but this is the next big thing. And leading up to launch, it was just like the hype was dying down more and more. And then yeah, it just came out and people were like, boo, this sucks. And I even saw people were like, it was weird because recently I saw people were getting upset that they were turning the servers off or something. So people were like, why are you doing that? Could it have done better? You're saying if it was backed. I don't know. Like, it's hard. I mean, I trust your word on that, Shadowlink, because if you enjoyed the game and you played it, you would know better than I. I didn't play it, really. I don't know enough about it to be able to say either way whether or not it deserved to fail the way it did, or if it was set up for failure, or if yeah, it really could have been much better. I'll tell you what though, the idea of Anthem being supported properly and becoming a longer lasting game throughout that generation going into this one probably would have been the better outcome for uh, BioWare than what happened with The Last Dragon Age. The Last Dragon Age, I mean, dude. Is anybody even excited for Mass Effect at this point? Hold on, I let you know the new policy, YouTube, and you cruise and get a red flag YouTube channel. Wait, what are you talking about? I gotta see. Um, Junior, I'm not sure what you're saying there. You're talking about YouTube's new policy, mentioning a red flag. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Masochist mode, you're saying Anthem had so much potential, 400 hours put in, hoping they wouldn't give up on it. Damn. Yeah, that's rough, man. See, this is why. This is why people today are like, they're so hesitant to really get deeply invested in any new live service game, because more and more we're just seeing, like, did you guys see there was that other game, The Descendants, the Gooner game? Even the Goon couldn't save that game. Where like it, I think Nexon, the Chinese company, I think Nexon, they're like, yeah, this is a failure. I don't know. Live service games, they I have a love-hate relationship with them. I really do. Like, I feel like there are great live service games. There are multiplayer experiences that can definitely thrive by being supported for a long time. But it's, I don't know, you see the desperation come through, I think, way too often. Where that's what makes me annoyed with live service games, is that the level of desperation that just comes through, where it's like, what are we doing here? It's like, oh, what we're doing. Yeah. It's like, guys, did you see what's that game? Marvel Rivals? They even leaned into the Goon with that game, dude. Fucking Marvel. And they're like, goon it up, bro. And to me, it's just cringe. Like, what? I don't know. To me, I know like sex sells and all that stuff, but it's like, bro, if that's what you need to get people invested in your game, something tells me your game might not be good. Your game might not be fun. I'm okay with, like, look, you want to make characters sexy and stuff, that's fine. But I just feel like it's crazy when it's like, it's got to be more than that. Like somebody in your face. It's got to be in your face. Like, don't you want to imagine this character? Never mind. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Not I might be blasting on somebody's loudspeaker right now or something, or I got to be careful. I got to be careful what I'm saying. A lot of Marvel Rivals fans on Twitter have been loving it. I know. And that's the thing. They do eat it up. Continue. Mustafa's like, continue, please. The thick mods are always the first I download. Oh, we're too desensitized, guys. God. What is it to be human? Muscle-bound Gooner. Why is Spider-Man running like he's on the moon? You know, I say all this now, the next live service, dude, we're going to see fair games, and that's what it's going to be. They're going to goon up fair games next, bro. And you know what's crazy is it would work. in the case of Sony, it would work because people would be like, yes, Sony, you listened. Team LFG, dude, I can't wait to see Project Gummy Bears. I can't wait to see Sony reveal this game, bro. I'm not trying to be a hater, but it's like, we're still not done, people. We're not done. I know. We're not done. We should be done. I mean, look, listen, A2, I'll say this. If it ends up looking awesome, I'll take a massive L, bro. I'll take the biggest L. But I just have a feeling. I just have a feeling that it's going to be... You know what it is? It's not even like... I don't even care, truthfully. It's like this game could be Concord 2. I do not care. For me, it's more along the lines of like, if it really does look bad, it's like I can't get over the Horizon Hunters Gathering thing. It's like, why? Like, Concord happened. This is a post-Concord world. Like, Sony, why don't you care? Why don't you care? And like, that's the thing. Like, if I was Sony, I would be like, I'd be shaking in my boots with these games, dude, being like, I think it might be better to just not. Like, I'd actually be afraid. Like, Concord, again, man, like, we've never seen anything like that. And that was Sony, dude. So if I was Sony, I would be like, I'm not doing anything that gets me anywhere near that ever again. No, I will never risk that again. And I feel like Sony's like, sure, let's just put this out. Yeah, here we go. Here's right. Team LFG, bro. Meanwhile, you know what the irony is? The irony is that, dude, like, Dark Outlaws game was probably awesome. I don't know. I know I'm being a bit hyperbolic, but I can't help it. It's some sort of social experiment or something. Yeah, it has to be. All right, where are we at? Okay, so we're approaching the 2.5 hour mark. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do here. I could make it a really short stream today. Is there any other news that came out? Any breaking news? No, doesn't look like it. Yeah, I'm not sure. Halo Campaign Evolved will come out July 28th with early access on July 23rd. July 23rd, early access? What the fuck? That's a crazy early access period. What? Like, $100? $100 for early access Halo? All right. I don't know. I'm not sure which direction to go in here. On one hand, I could keep the stream going if you guys want to, or I could do like a 10-minute last call. We could do 10 more minutes hanging out. I didn't talk too much about the Cyberpunk enhancements. All right, Cyberpunk PS5 Pro enhanced looks really good. Looks great. That's it. That's all you need to know. You're saying check the meme section in Discord. Who would win? Ray, why are you posting Abandon real-time experience? Oh, damn. So who would win? Joel, Nathan Drake, Sam Drake, and Tommy, or Abby with some golf clubs and Nadine? Well, I think the way we answer that question, Masochismo, is we ask ourselves, is Neil Druckmann involved? Ray, I'm pretty sure that was you. Yeah. Oh, wait, Ray, I'm sorry. Jesus, Ray, you posted this on March 18th, and I'm yelling at you now. Although I'm pretty sure we were talking about it, and that's why you posted the that clip from the Abandoned real-time experience. Abby solos. Yeah. Abby takes them all out. You probably want to make an extra $10 per person on Game Pass for early access. Oh, yeah. That would make sense. Nadine kills Abby. I'm not trying to be rude, but like, what the fuck is Naughty Dog's obsession with making their women buff and super badass? I feel like it's you know what I think the problem is, man, is like when you look at what people are pointing out about Naughty Dog, like how they like for some reason they just don't want to make feminine women, you know? And they just want to make like they have this fixation with we want to make characters have masculine traits. And it's like, listen, in the real world, there are many women with masculine traits. There are many men with feminine traits. That's totally fine and that's totally normal. But with Naughty Dog, it seems like they're like too fixated on it to a point where it's like it almost and ironically not muscle mommies. Yeah, I mean, there is an argument to be made that if they went in that direction, you know, the perception would be different. But what I think the problem kind of is how like when you do this enough times, it feels like it's almost being a because like that's the thing. People are always like, well, Neil Druckmann's a feminist and Naughty Dog is all about feminism, and I'm like, yeah, true. And you know, this is the problem with a lot of modern day feminism. Not all of it, but a lot of it is that it's like there are actual women, a lot of them, that are like feminine. I know that sounds crazy. You know? I know that sounds crazy, but it's like real feminine, like women who are very feminine and have feminine qualities, like they start to get offended by people who are not women thinking this is how we should represent women. Does that make sense? Because this is where, like, to me, it just kind of looks, I don't know. I'm trying to think what characters from Naughty Dog would be considered like more traditional. I mean, there's Elena, Dina, I suppose, maybe. It's a postmodernist plot to deconstruct every part of our identities. Nothing to worry about. I love it. Yeah, that exactly. Exactly. It's Druckmann. You should play Lost Legacy and see the difference. I never did play Lost Legacy. So can you elaborate on that a little bit? Because I don't know if you mean that in a good way or a bad way. Like if I were to play Lost Legacy, I would see the difference. Maybe I should play that at some point. Yeah, I never did get to play Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. You're saying it's the best Uncharted game? Are you serious? Really? It's more in line with Amy Hennig's Uncharted? Really? Huh. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't want to judge too harshly because I have not played Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, and so I guess I can't really speak from that on that front. You know, with those, was it Chloe and Nadine? Chloe is beloved from Uncharted 2, and Nadine is not annoying. Huh. Well, you know what's interesting is if we are getting a new Uncharted, it seems like it is, well, it doesn't seem like it's been confirmed. Sean Eskag, he's the one who directed Uncharted Lost Legacy. Apparently if this is a new Uncharted game we're getting, Naughty Dog's second single player game, he's the one directing it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it'll be interesting to see what Intergalactic ends up being like, you know. Was it the new character Jordan A. Munn? I know the actress that's uh Tati Gabriel, I think her name is. I've seen her in a few things, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know. I mean, like, she was fine in it. I didn't really pay that much attention. I don't think I've ever seen her as like a lead in anything, though. So we'll see. We'll see how this character turns out. But yeah, man, I don't know. Masochist Mode's trying to get me going, sending me pictures of Abby with the golf club. Uncharted 4 is the best in your book. People really liked Uncharted 4, yeah. The grounded nature of 4 is awesome. I wonder if they would do like a you know how they announced, God of War trilogy remake. I wonder if they would ever do the same thing for Uncharted. Like not a remaster, but like a full-blown like Uncharted 1 through 3 remaster. That'd be pretty sick. She seems annoying in real life. She's Jade in MK2. Oh yeah, she was in the Mortal. She seems annoying in real life. Damn. I posted those pictures a couple of years ago on Reddit, and people were genuinely analyzing who would win. It's funny. That's funny. I mean, I guess it is. I guess it could really make for an interesting battle royale of sorts. All right, so guys, we're approaching the 2.5 hour mark. We're gonna do like a last call here before we wrap it up. Um, I'm gonna keep it on the shorter side today because so many of my streams have been going on to like 4-5 hours and burning out. So, um, if you want to drop any more support before we wrap up, we have about two minutes, give or take, to do that, and then we're gonna head out. Um, Uncharted Lost Legacy is a love letter to Uncharted 2. Really? God, what is going on with my phone? All right. You only say that because of her responses online. I played a little bit of Cyberpunk. Yeah, I couldn't get into it. People love Cyberpunk, but I tried. I gave it a fair shot. I was struggling. Every time I went to go play it, I felt like I was forcing myself to play it. Not sure why. Maybe one day I'll return to it and maybe it'll click. Maybe I just need more time with it. I'm not sure. But it's one of those games that makes me feel strange because like people love it so much and I just don't get it. I feel so weird where I'm like, am I broken? Like, is there something wrong with me? I mean, well, of course there's something wrong with me, but The hell? Okay. Oh, that was weird. All right. Because it's first person. No, I don't think it's that. I mean, maybe a little bit, but no, not really. I play plenty of first person, or I have played plenty of first person games. I don't know though. I mean, it is interesting to think that maybe my perception of it would change if I could play it in third person. You're saying I have to play Lost Legacy. It's a great game. Yeah, maybe one day I'll get around to it. Crimson Desert is the exact type of game I like and wanted. Also, it scratches the itch I've had about loving Skyrim, but does everything better and better graphics. Yeah, I've been hearing people have been thoroughly enjoying Crimson Desert. I mean, I know it launched with like a couple of issues, and some people were saying like the opening of it, um, the opening hours can be a bit rough, but generally speaking, I've only been hearing positive things, and people have been saying like, it seems like one of these games where like if you know this game is for you, most people would know if the game is for them or not, and then when they get into it, they're like, yeah, this is like my game. This is what I wanted. And it's cool to see games like that come around. Um, Mrs. MBG is informing me. She said the stream is like basically unwatchable. It glitches every few seconds. Is that happening to you guys? I had some weird stuff going on today. My power, I lost power early in the morning for like 20 minutes. It's really weird. Devil Shooter says he's just listening. Everybody's basically saying no. Okay, that's weird. I wonder if it's maybe it's my internet. Hmm. Tell her to refresh. Got to refresh, Mrs. MBG. All right. Where are we at? Okay, yeah. So guys, I think this is gonna be where we're gonna wrap it up today. Keep it a shorter day, shorter Press X podcast episode. But before I head out, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and hanging out with me today. If you dropped any support today, we didn't get any members, but we still got super chats and we got direct donations. So for anybody who dropped any support, thank you for that. We're fully fan funded here. I can only do what I do because you guys make it possible. So thank you. I also want to make sure to let you know that I put out a video earlier. Now, granted, if you watch the stream, I think that video is null and void because in that video, I I made that video before Nate the Hate said April 16th is seemingly going to be the date of the state of play. So you're more up to date now than you would be if you watched that video. But if you want to support me a little bit more, go check out that video. Make sure you hit that like button as you're filing out and heading out from the stream. And yeah, make sure you hit that like button. You're saying yours was just buffering briefly. Okay, it's a YouTube glitch. Refresh it to fix. No issues besides being in an area with bad service. Still no issues besides buffering. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. There's just weird stuff going on today. I'm sure it's fine though. All right. And I also want to make sure to give a shout out to Devil Shooter, who does the timestamps for the streams. All right. So if you see Devil Shooter in the comments with those timestamps, give him some thanks, show him some love. I know he really appreciates it. Devil Shooter, thank you so much for what you do, man. And yeah, that's going to wrap it up. So guys, enjoy the rest of your day, evening, or night. I want to say I might be back here tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to be here Friday, or I know for a fact I won't be here Saturday. Don't think I'll be here Friday. Tomorrow's kind of up in the air. All right. So just make sure you have your notification bell hit. And, I go live at 12 p.m. Eastern usually. So if you want to just come double check to see if I'm live tomorrow. So if you don't want to miss any streams, make sure you do that. But can't make any promises at this exact moment. So, all right. But that's it, guys. I will catch you in the next one. Until then, take care, everyone.